Hello, my guys. I'm back, and we are back for UFC Fight Night in Las Vegas. And it's actually, I wanted to say, yeah, it's very exciting, incredible card. Well, if you are watching this card, there is something wrong with you because it's not incredible, it's not interesting. There is nothing apart from the main event and co-main event that interests me in this card, but we still got to do like a full prediction. I'm not gonna do a full prediction, but I think I'll predict the Louis Sutherland fight, Diego Ferreira fight, and Mateusz Gamrot fight. So, uh, I'm not gonna keep you any longer. Starting off with Louis Sutherland versus Jose Motanga da Silva. This one is an interesting one because Louis Sutherland versus Motanga da Silva. The difference between those two is we don't really know what kind of skill Jose Motanga da Silva has, and because he hadn't fought versus pretty much anyone, he fought versus some 2-0 guys, 1-0 guy, like the guys pretty much with no experience, and now he will fight Louis Sutherland, who actually fought versus Tai Tuivasa and guys that are known in the scene. It's not like, he's the guy that no one knows about. He's actually pretty decent, and I think he's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna say like he's top 10, top 15 level, but he is decent, and he's way stronger than most people think. And if I'm gonna bet on this fight, I need to look at the experience, and experience definitely goes with Louis Sutherland. Like, if we actually try to even measure that, like he's way more experienced. He still got it. Like Ang still got it. He's still very good, and I think he should be able to get. I would say a TKO in this one. Yeah, I think a TKO in this one would be decent in the second round. Uh, Moving on into Diego Ferreira versus Billy Quarantillo fight. This is actually a very interesting fight. And the reason this fight is very interesting is because if we look at the past of these guys, like they all fought such a different competition. We look at Billy Quarantillo, he just fought versus Cap Swanson and he lost. And you would think, wow, he lost versus Cap Swanson, who is now retired. Yeah, he lost, but I mean, Cap Swanson actually went on a decent run during the end of his career. Look at that. The last 5 fights, he won. The last 6 fights, he won 6 of them. 4 out of 6. He won versus Kron Gracie too. I know this is not the win that maybe aged pretty well, considering Kron Gracie is not like super interesting opponent in the UFC, but still, I mean, we gotta look at it, and I would say he was actually doing pretty decent till the end of his career. And also Billy Quarantillo, I think he understands. I went through his socials. I think he understands that he has to do something in his UFC career. He's 37. He has to make something happen. He's fighting versus Diego Pereira, who is 41, I think. And they both have something in common. They fought versus Alexander Hernandez. The last fight, Diego Ferreira fought versus Alexander Hernandez. He got knocked out because he actually went on a decent round. Like he actually went on a decent run. Like he started beating some people up, and Billy Quarantillo knocked Alexander Hernandez out. But considering how Billy Quarantillo is, the fact that he's younger, the fact that he's gonna be faster, the fact that actually he fought a very decent competition. If we look at this, Shane Burgos is a very good fighter. Clay, well, I mean we can skip that out. Edson Barboza, also a legend. Youssef Zalal, also a very good fighter. Cap Swanson, an insanely good fighter. Like if we were to consider the whole of his career, he looked pretty decent, and now he's fighting Diego Ferreira, who is very good, but he's 41. He is 41. He's gonna be 42 in 5 months, and nothing beats father time. Nothing beats father time, and I think this is the moment where Billy Quarantillo will be able to get the win. He got some pretty good odds for that. I mean, he has some pretty good odds for that, so I would just go for Billy Quarantillo decision win, and that's my prediction for this fight. And, well, it was pretty fast, but now we move on into the main event of the evening. The most interesting fight, no doubt about it, in this card. Mateusz Gamrot versus Quillian Salkilld. This is the fight that actually gives me chills, because what's interesting about this fight, it's not necessarily the matchup. I mean, it's still, like, the matchup is still good, but what interests me the most is the fact how the win is gonna impact their careers. Let's be hypothetical for a moment. Let's say Mateusz Gamrot gets a win here. Gamrot gets a win here. He is now somewhere in top 5, around top 5. Possible opponents are BSD. Possible opponents is Paddy Pimblett, maybe, just maybe, because most likely Paddy is gonna fight Justin next or Ilya next, and when he loses, I anticipate he's gonna lose, then he would fight Mateusz, if he wins versus Killian, obviously. So that could be very interesting, because most of the matchups in the lightweights are already booked. We have Arman that is gonna be fighting versus Charles Oliveira in Los Angeles in UFC 331, I think, and we have. Paddy, who's most likely going to be fighting Justin or something like that. So there's a lot of possible matchups for Mateusz to take if he wins this one. And for me, what matters is the style if he wins this one. If he wins and subs Killian, that would be insane. I mean, that would actually get his stakes much higher than they are right now. And if Killian actually gets a knockout over Mateusz Gamrot, he's gonna be a legitimate contender. Not top 15, definitely top 10, close to top 7 for sure. So this win is gonna mean a lot for Killian if he's able to get it. I do have my prediction for it, and it's not because I'm Polish, because I usually, if you look at my predictions, I'm usually betting against Polish guys, because I know their weaknesses. Also, the bets are much better on Polish bookies because Polish bookies are keeping the odds much closer. For example, in your bookies right now, Killian is around 120 favorite, and Mateusz is like plus 100 underdog. Well, in Polish bookies, it's a pick'em. They are like literally evenly matched. So it's not only because of the odds, but I do think that Mateusz Gamrot has everything on his side. He has grappling on his side. Experience is massively on his side. Killian Salkilld started training MMA around 2018. In 2018, Mateusz Gamrot defended his KSW championship against Grzegorz Szulakowski. Like, do you see where I'm going with this? He has massive experience, especially over such a young guy. And Killian still has some time. Like, he's super young still. He's young, he's talented. If he gives Mateusz a hard fight, I would say it's already a success for him. And I do think it's gonna be a hard fight. I do think that Mateusz, if wins, he wins most likely by a decision. And if he wins by a decision, it's most likely gonna be 48-47, 48-47, and 48-47. I don't see him winning 4-1. I see this fight being very close, and I also see Killian possibly knocking him down because he's super good. Like, standing up, he's super good. He's able to find the right hand, the left hand, and Mateusz Gamrot is easily hit. Dan Hooker was able to hit him. Benil Dariush was able to hit him. A lot of fighters were able to just destroy him standing on the feet. But on the ground, he's a different kind of beast. So for me, I'm just gonna go with Mateusz Gamrot, and I'm gonna go by a decision win. Unanimous decision, I think. If Killian wins this fight, it's most likely gonna be a TKO in the first or the second round. That's how I feel like it. So if your bookies, for example, have it's either Mateusz a decision win or Killian TKO, that's what I would go for. It's a lock, I would say. So yeah, those are gonna be my bets, and I do feel like it's actually, if I were to do something with it, I would probably just go for a singles Gamrot win, Billy Quarantillo win, and Ludi Sutherland. Maybe I'm just gonna go for a TKO in his fight, because it's gonna be an interesting fight. It's gonna be an interesting fight. But let's be honest. Like I said at the beginning, if any one of you watches this card, it's disgusting as hell. It's just disgusting as hell. Like, UFC is $1 billion company. They don't give a fuck about us, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Nothing we can do. those are my predictions, but we are not done yet. I'm gonna also be making a UFC tier list, like GO tier list, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna be making this. I'm gonna be making the UFC tier list in this specific video, but for sure I'm gonna be doing it soon, and those are gonna be my criteria. I'm gonna show them in the separate video as well. The performances, obviously, because like the performances are the most important ones. Who dared to be great, double, possible triple champ status, like with Alex Ferreira, and the level of competition, which is very important because, for example, there are people who are saying that Khabib Nurmagomedov is the GOAT, and when you look at the level of the competition he faced in the first 20 fights, it's fucking ludicrous to ever think he's close to being a GOAT. He's not even in top 5, he's not even in fucking top 7. And that's just the truth. Sorry. He is in the top 10 most likely, but he's not even top 5. That's just it. So, yeah. Those are my predictions. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope we make some cash. So I'm gonna be putting bets on Gamrot, Billy Quarantillo, and maybe Sutherland. I'm not sure yet, but on these two I'm gonna be putting bets for sure. So let's get some cash, and yeah, see you in the next video. Cheers.